Hey you guys, this is the One Piece King here today, and I know I haven't made a video in quite a few days, I guess, because the last one I made was like almost a week ago, I think, or possibly was. Um, it was just some stuff was happening and everything. It was all to take in really. 'Cause I thought I was gonna make the video the next day, but I didn't because stuff happened. Um, but the thing is I wanted to talk about though was apparently this is like, the law month or something, like for a lot of content and everything. I think I did say that basically in the last video. Talking about all the stuff that's coming in for law and stuff. If I didn't, well, let's just say that December is basically going to be the month of, Trafalgar Law for One Piece basically. Reason why I'm saying that is because, yeah, the reason why I'm saying that is because for Jump Force, there's a Law DLC coming in where, he'll be announced, probably will be released at the same time too at, in December. And somewhere in December for World Seeker is a Law DLC as well, you know. Um, but for any like official dates for it though in December, we haven't really got any official ones yet. All we do know is that it'll be released in that month. But overall, really, like I'm saying though, it's apparently the month of Law, and apparently if we got apparently it'd be funny if we got like, another Law related thing, but for Part Warriors 4, where Law's moveset would be different, where, like it'd be very different than what like the second and the third game had it to be. Because the thing, yeah, Law was playable in the second one. If I remember looking at the character roster on the second one. I never had the game, I never played the second Pirate Warriors game, but I did get to look at the character roster to see all what they had, and I believe Law was also part of it too. But yeah, but it would be funny if, in December that they kind of do, like they do some scans, and apparently Law does come in, those scans, and, it's showing Law's whole moveset or something in Pirate Warriors 4, which then I would basically be like, okay, it's the month of the Law, month of Law, basically, month of Law, or month of Trafalgar Law, or Trafalgar D Law, because he's a D. Um, you know, but apparently, talking about Pirate Warriors 4 though, which I would have to do like, a bit of research later on to go and check something because thankfully, there was this guy, I can't remember his channel name, but there was this guy that actually sent a link to actually look up all the characters on Pirate Warriors 4 on what ones are playable and what ones are basically just gotta be your regular boss characters or something. So far we just have Big Mom and Kaido and Drake being the boss characters. Because of the fact that, Drake in his dinosaur form is a giant boss makes sense, but if they made it where a regular Drake was playable, like, from where he could transform into the dinosaur but then change back, that'd be pretty cool though. That'd be pretty cool because we still have yet to see other users kind of change into their Zoan forms and everything, like kind of doing like kind of like either the full form or going like hybrid, in which they should have really done that with Pirate Warriors 3 because the only one that we really got to do that was Lucci. I mean, not saying that I didn't like, Lucci's ability with that. It's just I wish that, Kaku and Jabra, who were also added in there, but they weren't playable, would have also had a regular human form and, also hybrids as well. But they didn't want to do that. They didn't want to do that. It was flat out like, well, Lucci technically is like the big eccentric kind of character, so we're just gonna throw Lucci in there. And it's like, bruh, like Jabra and like freaking Jabra and Kaku, they also had it going for them too. It would have been nice to have them be playable characters too. That would have been nice. Um, but who knows? Maybe they might make it to Pirate Warriors 4. Who really knows? Because if they do, I'll be like, okay, that's fair game. That's good. But if not, I'm just going to be like, well, y'all screwed up an opportunity. like again, for like 4 times in a row, really, because I did it in the first one. Like, I mean, I guess you could say that the roster wasn't really that huge in the first game. That's fair, but probably could have been decent. The second one should have definitely been huge, and then the third one should have been like packing with more characters. You know, but no, they didn't want to do that. They flat out was just like, nope. We're just gonna still have some of these, or still have the same characters that we put as NPCs, and other ones could be like, other new ones could also be NPCs. You'd only get like a few new characters, and it's like, really, bro, really, but but yeah. So he basically sent a link, to basically like a game website and everything for Pirate Warriors 4 with all the characters. Um, and apparently, I don't know if they're already registered in there yet, but apparently the new news that came out though, was Barto and Cavendish being playable. And for the info for both of them, because there's info, for a lot of the new characters that come in and everything, which one, even though we got Katakuri to be playable, but one, like I will be talking about him because I love how they put this detail in there and everything. I love that. But I'll get to that in a second. With Barto, so if any of y'all have played Burning Blood before, like One Piece Burning Blood, I've played it. I still have the game. I'm not getting rid of it because it's a One Piece game after all, and it's like, well, I don't really like it, but it was a decent okay for a start, but it should have done better. Like if they want to make a sequel, which I don't think they will, because if the first one plops, then what do you think the second one is really gonna do? It's really not gonna be coming then if it plops. Um, but basically they had Barto in Burning Blood, which surprised me and everything because I never would have thought they would have added him of all people. I thought they would have, they would have had him, but they also would have had like Cavendish as well, or probably some Coliseum fighters. But they never did. It was flat out just Barto being the only Coliseum fighter in there. The other ones that I guess that made it in there that never made it into like any other One Piece games and stuff. Not the mobile one. The mobile one will always have like a lot. Like they will always include a character that's never been included in there. They will add one in there, like no doubt. Um, like they added Koala in there, and I guess they made it where Bonquay was playable, even though Bonquay was added in the Pirate Warriors game. But like still. But Koala, on the other hand, was new. Like Koala has never been, shown to be any type of, One Piece games besides the mobile one, and I like how they did that. How Koala was actually referenced, you know. So I find that to be good and everything. But the thing of it is though, is that with Barto and Burning Blood, his barrier moveset wasn't really utilized that much. It was more like it was more like he had like a couple like 2 3 moves with barriers really. And honestly it disappointed me whenever that happened and stuff. Like it really disappointed me with that because Barto, like I don't know when Burning Blood was made. I don't know if it was made like, during the whole like Just Rosa thing or till the end of it. I mean, I think it was made to the end of it because, they gave they gave Dofi the God Thread and they gave Luffy Gear 4. So I think I would say that, Burning Blood was made, around whenever the One Piece anime was getting around to the end of Dressrosa arc, basically. Well, I think either the anime or the manga, whichever one really, I think. I think it had to be the anime because that's how they do it. They don't like to. I don't think they like to just go and throw, like stuff from the manga and just throw it in a game. Like, I don't think they want to do that. Um, but the thing of it is, though, is that, like, since we got to the end of that and everything, Barto throughout Dressrosa with all the fights and everything has shown that he's got a lot more techniques than what you think. He's got the barrier bowls, which I thought was him, like, you pull up the barrier, yeah, like you pull up the barrier and you start running with it. I thought that was the barrier bowls, but it didn't really form to be a bowl shape, or it didn't form to be like a barrier, like barrier bullhorns basically, because it's called barrier bolts for a reason, because he's running with it. Um, he had, I believe it was like barrier crush, I believe. That was incorporated into Burning Blood, and like honestly, I think that's pretty cool that it was. And then the last one he had was barrier pistol. Whenever he goes and kind of puts the barrier around his fist and does the punch copying Luffy's move, but you know that's just part two. But that's the only moves that we really got in there. We didn't really get to see him utilize his barrier fruit to the extent to where he could do so much more with it in the game. Because it seemed more like he was just there for, like, being a taunting character and not really being, like, the greatest, Like, he was decent enough to play, unless if you really like, taunting and, defending all the time and stuff, like just messing with, the people and stuff. Yeah, Barto is your guy, but other than that, though, Barto doesn't have really other good uses. It's more like he's just there for taunts and like for taunts and basically just, defending if they're gonna throw in like a powerful attack and stuff. Um, but for Pirate Warriors 4 though, for Barto's information of his character, they said that his moveset will actually utilize his barrier fruit abilities. And when I heard that, like I'm reading through this and everything, and I read that, like I'm kind of like reading about it and stuff, and I knew, um, I thought that was pretty cool because that's what Barto needed. Barto needed to have his barrier fruit powers with his moves, utilized a lot more for his character because that's basically what his whole source is. He hasn't, he hasn't really been using dirty tactics, as much. He's more been using his barriers really to, help him get out of a jam. Like he doesn't really seem that much of a person to be really a taunting character. He seemed more like, yeah, I'm just here because whatever, but barrier and I win. But but yeah, I thought that was pretty cool for Barto. For Cavendish, on the other hand, though, like Cavendish is a character that, I also threw in my character list. I believe I threw in Barto and Cavendish, and seems like that wish is coming true already too. That's why I'm just like, great, Cavendish makes it too. Like that's cool. And the nice little detail for his information for his character as well in the game, is that he'll be able to change into Hakuba. Like Hakuba will actually be, kind of like, you know, either the term is like idolized or like realized or no utilized. Hakuba will be utilized. Sometimes I'm forgetting the words. I'm sorry, but Hakuba will be utilized. Maybe for movesets, maybe for an awakening, maybe for ultimates. Um, but apparently, as stated for Cavendish's character, Hakuba will be utilized, in the game as well. Like, maybe it'll be a thing where you could switch, back and forth between the two. Um, I mean, personally, I like to think it's an awakening. And basically the awakening for Hakuba will be like, he'll be able to zoom and everything. Like, he'll be really fast. He'll be able to zoom all over the place, attacking the enemies and everything. It'll be like, like, they won't even hit him. Like, Hakuba will literally be like, you thought you hit me? Voop. Like, Hakuba will be so fast that he will be such a broken character. Like, but then whenever the time runs out and you switch back to, Cavendish and everything, it's like, you got to get your regular speed back and do all that. But then once you build it up and get back into, your awakening again and you change it to Hakuba, it's like, y'all screwed. Like, y'all screwed. But that'd be fun. That'd be fun to do. I bet, like, I hope that they make him as broken as he's supposed to be, because It's technically what Hakuba is supposed to be. Hakuba was supposed to be a broken character, even though we haven't really, seen him like after the events of Dressrosa. We haven't really seen him much, but that's because the Grand Fleet members all went their ways. But they're all gonna come back. But question is, will we be able to see like Hakuba again? Will we? Because if not, it'll be like, well, that's a wasted opportunity right there. Like, we get like this new split personality of we get like this new split personality of Cavendish, and like it's never gonna be like shown again. It's gonna be like that's it. Like Hakuba is basically just done for good. He's gone. But no, I think he'll come back. Like I think Oda will bring back Cavendish and do the split personality thing again, where it's like, oh yeah, like last time we met, Hakuba wasn't really controlled this time, but I'm kind of keeping him under wraps this time. Like I'm telling him like, look, we have friends now, and if I fall asleep and let you out, you can't kill them, okay? You can kill anybody else that's not on our side, but but as for people that are on our side, like Mr. Rooster over here, which that's basically what they nickname Bartolomeo. It's funny, but Mr. Rooster over here, you can't kill him, like especially you can't kill him because he'll create up a barrier, and none of your little speedy sword tactics will work on it because you can't stab it open. You can't stab the barriers open. You've tried and it's not working. So just kind of just like leave him and the others alone and just attack the enemies head on. Like that's what we need you to do. Like who knows? Maybe Hakuba might listen to that because if he don't, then that just means like, yeah, I'm never releasing you out again. That means I'm never going to sleep, which might cause Cavendish some problems. Um, you know. But now moving on to Katakuri though, because like I said, there's like this character sheet or something for Part Wars 4 characters that kind of give them like a like a unique info about them and everything. So yeah, with Katakuri and everything. So remember how I can't remember how many videos it was ago, but I'm just gonna say it was that it was that video that was announcing Katakuri and Snake Man being playable. Well, the thing is about that though was that whenever in that video I said that I hope that they make Katakuri broken with his observation on how he'll be able to read the movements of his opponents that go and attack him, whether if he gets himself into a boss fight or if it's a bunch of like just riffraff enemies that want to go and hit him. It's like he'll be so focused that it's like, nope, like you ain't hitting me, and it'll be like a continuous thing of like, I cannot be hit, I will be the perfect, I'll be the perfect being, unless if I'm not focused and everything. But apparently, in his info sheet of his character in the game, they're letting that be in there. They're letting Katakuri keep that. And so when I heard about that, I was like, that's good. That's that's good that he's keeping that in there because if not, I would have been like, he's then that would mean that Katakuri would be a decent character to play as, not broken. Like, you see what I mean? You see what I mean? But no, they added that in there, so now Katakuri's broken as crap, I mean, like, well, they gotta add that, and also his awakening ability as well, and that would go for Doflamingo as well. That they would have to add Doflamingo's awakening in there and everything, because if they don't, that just kind of ruins the whole purpose of, like the awakening devil fruits kind of thing, because, because that was supposed to be the big eccentric thing that a lot of people were just like, oh, so, like, apparently Paramecio, like, users kind of, use their surroundings and stuff, or, like, they use their surroundings to turn it into, whatever they are. So, that means for Doflamingo, he was turning, all the buildings and stuff around him, even the floor, into string, as if he created like a string world, in which he would be able to manipulate it as much as he wants, you know. For Katakuri, in the other sense, they were in the mirror world, but he still turned, but he still turned the mirror world into Mochi whenever he awakened his abilities, you know. Even in World Seeker with the Katakuri boss fight, if you ever check out like one of those videos with the boss fight with Katakuri in it and everything, um, Katakuri legit actually uses, the mochi to his advantage and everything, like the awakened power of the mochi fruit. He uses that to his advantage, except the thing of it is though, I thought would also be in it and everything, which is what they did, in the battle between him and Luffy, was basically how he really turned the like part of the mirror world into Mochi, or manipulated it like it was Mochi, and he was able to like kind of like move it all around all over the place, kind of like Dofi with the strings, and I'm just kind of like, okay, that could have been a little cool detail that could have done with the Katakuri boss fight, but this is okay too. This is okay too. I'm not complaining too much. But with Katakuri though, I really hope that they do give him his awakened power. The same goes for Dofi as well. Not really as much as an awakening. Like, they go into the awakened state and they got this aura or something, and they just bust out a lot of these moves. I mean, that really all depends if the moves really, like they say that whenever you go into an awakening state, the moves actually get changed and you get to do a lot more stuff with that and everything, and I'm just like, well, that's pretty cool on how that works, that's pretty cool. um you know but yeah though, but with Zoro though, whenever I saw his gameplay on Pirate Warriors 4, and I saw him going into his awakening state a couple of times, I don't know if his moveset really changed or if it stayed the same, but it was just amplified to be much stronger. Because if that was the case, I would have been like, Zoro's potential was wasted in that game now. It's like, Zoro, like, in Pirate Warriors 3, your potential shot up straight through the roof. Like, straight up. Like, you became one of the most powerful characters, in the game, period. Okay? Literally. You became one of the most strongest ones. You got one of the most strongest ultimate specials. You got the strongest combos. You got all those and everything. It's really powerful. But then when Pirate Warriors 4, that exceeds over, like the events of Dressrosa, they exceed over that to go to Wano, where we are at right now, currently in the story. You think they would have given Zoro like a black sword technique, or basically if Zoro went into like awakening mode in the game, that his swords would have went black, like the black sword technique. He would have, utilized that and everything, creating much more powerful slashes. And his true ultimate would basically be his oh shoot, it's really hard to say this word, because it's like the billion-fold world, the like chasm. Like, it's really hard to say that last word right there, but it's that ultimate technique, that he uses to go and cut Pika in half in Dressrosa, because he uses his black swords for that and everything. He's really been using the black sword technique, ever since, like, well, I mean, we got to see him first use it in Dressrosa, really, because it's like, oh, he's got black swords now. It's like, that's cool, so now he can make his blades like black blades. That's, like, that's interesting. Um, but I just really wish that that actually does get utilized in there, to where it's like, oh yeah, not only can you change, the move sets and everything, like the combo moves, or maybe the special, like special ultimate moves on the characters, you can also change their awakenings as well. meaning that Zoro could actually, get himself like black swords this time, you know? Like he can himself his black sword awakening to which, his moves would be a lot different and his slashes would be more, powerful, you know? But, at this point I really don't know if they're gonna go that route with Zoro. I really hope they do, but if not, I'm just gonna be like, wasted potential. How dare you? But but yeah, I just find that to be really amazing though that we finally get kind of like new info with two new characters that got released, which is Barto and Cavendish. Um, and now that's really making me wonder though that like what other characters are we gonna get playable because like in the last video I believe that I made, I think I did talk about Kid and Drake, somehow being playable because there were screenshots of Nami and Usopp being playable. I mean, obviously the Straw Hats are going to be playable. How are they not going to make them playable? That is the big question. Like, are you going to show like all the screenshots and everything of all the Straw Hats being playable? Or like are you just going to release like new information to us where it's going to be like, "Oh yeah, like you got these two Straw Hats right here because Luffy and Zoro, the first two, already got revealed to be playable." Like, basically, Luffy's an automatic yes because, Luffy needed Gear 4s, and he's already got it now in Pirate Warriors 4. So I'm proud that they went with that and everything. That's great. Zoro, like with Zoro, he's already a playable character. They just really need to do some stuff with him and everything, which I really think they should do. Nami, it seems like she's got maybe some new techniques, probably. They don't exactly look the same. So I really hope that Nami has, new moves and everything for her new world, for like her new world outfit and everything, because if not, like there's the same old moves from like, the second and the third game, I'm just gonna be like, it's like, no, Nami got new moves, like, come on. Um, you know, and then Usopp, kind of the same way, really, wish they would change up his moves and stuff. Like, yeah, he's shown that he's got a lot more techniques now and everything, but I just really hope that his moves will get, utilized and everything and that he gets new ones. Chopper, the same way, because it seemed like whenever Monster Point was shown in and everything, with Pirate Warriors 3 when he has that ultimate special or something, it should seem like he should be able to use it for a while and everything. Like there should be a time limit, kind of like in the first Pirate Warriors game, where the Monster Point was actually on a time limit. But in the third one, it wasn't. It was more like, oh, you got to use it, and then that's it. But I really think in Pirate Warriors 4, that they should give Chopper, his monster point as a time limit. Like, he should actually be able to, like, control it and move around and basically do all that. Robin, I mean, they really didn't make her as broken, really, in I guess all the Pirate Warriors games, even though that she could have been broken, but she really wasn't. The funniest thing that I could really see them do though, since they added the jump ability in the game, is basically like they could give Robin the CN4 wings, and she basically, and she could basically float up in the air, but only for like a short time, and then floop, and then just fall back down. like I I really hope, I really hope that they do something like that where they actually show that Robin actually has the wing technique, even though it's not really her best one, but it's one of her good ones and everything. Like she can fly, not for very long though, but she can fly. Robin can fly. It's just, it's just they should make it to where I don't know, like they should make it where it's like a joke kind of thing. Like for Thriller Bark, that's a good example right there, Thriller Bark, because that was the first time she ever demonstrated that technique was in Thriller Bark. Um, like we basically would get that cutscene in Thriller Bark where it's like, Robin tries to go and use CN4 Wing and she catches them, but then it's like, she's struggling so much and then it's like, well, technically Wing doesn't really last that long and everything. It only would last like a couple of seconds. And it's like, what? And then floop, and then that's it right there. you know? And I would just be like, yes. Like if they added that in there, I'd be like, yes. It's like, Bandai, you knew this would be funny. Yes. Robin can't use Wing for, like the longest period of time ever. It's literally like in seconds. Like, I can only hold this for like 5 seconds. It's like, what? Bloop. It's like, no! Oh my god, like, that would be funny. That'd be funny. I mean, I can kind of seeing it being like a struggle. Basically, like, it's like a sort of struggle, but it's also funny at the same time because, I don't know if they can make it to where you can, jump through, like, ledges or something, or if only the jump ability is for the air combos only. We really don't know if they made it to where, the whole area would be, like, kind of explorable to where, there's, like, one floor, there's a second floor, and then there's a third floor, and you gotta, jump through these ledges or something in order to get there and everything, you know. But if that was the case though, like if there was like ledges or places where you can actually like jump and everything in order to reach to the next area, I could definitely see Robin, like you're playing as Robin and you're trying to like do the wing technique in order to reach up and everything, and then it only lasts you for like a few seconds or something, or maybe a minute, and then it's all like bloop. It's like no. Like it'd be like no, I want to go back up, please, please. It's like oh, sorry, dude, you can't go back up. But it's like no. It'd be and it would be like so funny and everything, like. People would like just throw their controllers and be like Robin, last your wing for like a little bit more. I could have made it back up there. It's like, nope, you gotta take the long way around. It's like, like a complete rage. Like I really hope that they do incorporate CN4 Wing in there, but just make it like a comedic thing where, you every time you do your jump and everything, like try to do like a double jump or something, Robin can actually, do Wing for a while and then bloop, like it's gone. Like the wing is gone and you fall back down. It's like, ah, shoot. Frankie, the only real thing that I gotta say about Frankie though is that honestly I really don't know, because with Frankie it's like they could do it where he has an awakening where he actually could do the Frankie Shogun as an awakening kind of technique really, and he would be able to like kind of run around and stuff and basically use all of his moves whenever he wants, because honestly the Frankie Shogun, I mean it's been shown in the series about a few times and everything. It's not like it has not been referenced before. It's been like ever since Fishman Island and then leading it up all the way to like I guess I would say Zoe, because I think the Frankie Shogun was shown in Dressrosa, I think, or probably not. Maybe it was like led up all the way to Dressrosa. Maybe I don't know. Like I want to think that maybe it was all the way up to Zoe, that the Frankie Shogun has never never been used ever again. But in Wano, I really think it'll be used again, though. Like, for future preference. Like, for the final battle, Frankie Shogun will come back, but it'll probably have, like, a new style, or probably, like, some kind of new weapon or something. It'll be like, oh, yeah, this is the Frankie Samurai Slice. And it's like, whoa! Like, it's really awesome. But I really think that the Frankie Shogun should have definitely been like an awakening for a time limit thing and stuff. Like I really think it should be, not as a special attack. As for his combos though, Frankie's decked out with weapons. Like he decked out. So excuse me. Um, I would say like just remember what kind of techniques he has in the new world, I guess, and deck it out that way. You know, like go all out with Frankie and just be like, just doing all that. Like that'd be really cool for Frankie. I'd be like, hey, it's like Frankie, you got all these, weapons and stuff. You got new moves and everything. It's not the same as the second and the third game, which is cool. Brooke, honestly though, with Brooke, the thing with Brooke, I really hope they do incorporate this in there, like for his character, is that whether it be an awakening or something, that Brooke actually gets to use the Soul King, the literal like spiritual demon looking thing that shows up behind him when he's like strumming the guitar. That's like that basically sucks up the souls, or it's basically like driving the soul and everything. I mean, for the Big Mom chess soldiers, it would be like an instant kill, really. It would be all like, basically, it would be like, oh shoot, how can I put it? Like, basically say, like, if you're like one of those enemies or one of those people, that basically has like some kind of status effect and you're just walking around and everything, and somehow if they go and like if the enemies go and hit you, they'll be like they'll be hit by that status effect and it'll slowly drain like their health bars away and stuff because depending like if it's fire or if it's poison, electricity would probably just like get them really shocked and everything, but it would stagger them. But as for say like for heat or for poison, or even probably for ice for frozen enemies as well, I would say like yeah, they really don't have much time and everything because they're freezing to death in there. Like just basically just have it where the life like the health bar slowly drains each time that you go and walk by them and everything with the with the sulking spirit, because like only for the chess soldiers only though. As for like but as for like the other people though, it's it would have more of a different effect though. But since Big Mom's chess soldiers are basically they're basically created by her own soul, and or I don't want to say by her own soul, basically by the public souls basically of their lifespan, that the souls will get put into the chess soldiers and giving them life. But say Brooke comes around the corner, starts strumming the guitar, the Soul King spirit, the demon comes up, and it's like, oh shoot, run. Like basically all of them gotta run, and it's like, oh, where are you going? I thought you would like to hear some music. No, it's like, it's like, well, they already know what this thing means anyway. They're screwed. But it would be, but it would also be funny in that sense where, it would also be funny in that sense where you steal away their health and everything, but at the same time you gain some basically, because basically you're taking the souls and you're having it being input into you, which means like a health, like a health recovery thing, so basically using the Soul King, in case of like you're on low health or something, all you gotta do is just use that and get your health back, by some enemies and stuff, by some chess soldiers, and then you get the health back, like you get health recovery back, and it's like, oh, it's like I can fight once more, I can fight again, you know. Um, yeah, like I really hope that they do that for Brook and everything. Like other than that, really give him new moves and everything, because Brook has shown that he's got new moves and stuff during the time skip. He's really shown he's got some new ones. Um, let's see. Jinbei is already shown to be playable already. Like he's already got his player model already thrown in there. He's already got his move set and stuff, which some of it's actually changed, and I'm surprised. Like he's, if you've ever watched it was the second trailer. Yeah, it had to be the second trailer because the very first one was just announcing that Pirate Warriors 4 was going to be coming. Um, but for the second one, it was showing Whole Cake Island, and all that kind of stuff, and we got to see Reiju, yeah, like Luffy, Sanji, Jinbei, and Reiju, like they were all being playable, and and I was just like, well, that's pretty cool, like Luffy and Sanji mainly get new costumes. Jinbei should have definitely had a new costume, especially for the Whole Cake Island arc, since he technically did have one, like that's still gonna be a big, a big thing and stuff. Like if Bandai wanted us, like if Bandai really wanted to know what our opinions were for Pirate Warriors 4, like if the beta ever gets released and we get to play that beta and we check through the characters and the costumes and all that kind of stuff and everything. Or not really much the beta, because the beta really means like a demo really, but or yeah, because the One Punch Man, A Hero Nobody Knows beta came out like about a couple weeks ago. Not everybody was really happy with the game. They were disappointed with it, and Bandai literally went and they were just like, just throwing it out there, like, what do we need to do to make this game better? Like, what do we really need to do? And it's like, have like better fighting mechanics instead of what you got. Like, it sucks. Like really. And I like how now Bandai's taking into consideration to make, this first One Punch Man a really good game. But for One Piece, it should be the same way, to where either a beta releases or, maybe the actual game releases. You already give it some time. People probably have already beaten it already in a day the minute it came out. And and they kind of just go through some stuff and everything, and they kind of see like, well, there was tiny little bit of issues and everything, like, this is what's up and stuff. So, now we need to let Bandai know, and if Bandai ever gives us that chance to be like, oh, like, should we have out like a sheet of what we really need to like fix up here and everything, like, this game will get its DLC later on and stuff. Like, it'll get its DLC, no doubt. It's just, we want, like, we're gonna throw this little clipboard out here and everything, like a sheet of paper with a clipboard. Y'all write down what we need to do, to kind of fix this, and and basically make it to where y'all can enjoy this game much more, instead of just basically saying like, oh, this game is trash, this game is bad, and do it that way, because honestly, I'm just like, come on, like, come on, that's what we need. Pirate Warriors 3 needed that, because I would have definitely been like, costumes is a must, costumes is a must, and some NPCs should actually be playable. Can you fix that? Like, could you basically make it to where it's like, oh yes, the newest update for Pirate Warriors 3, now Bellamy has become playable. Kaku now has a player model where he's not really just a giraffe anymore, he's actually in his human form, and you could switch between the two. Jabra, the same way. Bluno somehow becomes a playable character now. Like, stuff like that. Like, I really hope that with Pirate Warriors 4 they take into consideration like that too, and basically listen to us, the fans, and basically understand, how we feel about the game. Oh shoot, been 43 minutes in this video. Um, so I guess those will be the end of it though. I just really wanted to go and talk about the newest news of Pirate Warriors 4. Um, the, like, a tiny little bit of info though. If I ever get the chance to, I will probably, like, whenever the chance for me comes and everything, I will actually try to do like gameplay videos of the new Pokemon Sword and Shield, because the game is coming out tomorrow. I like, there was also this thing by Nintendo of America on Twitter that was saying that they were gonna, like, notify me or something, like they were congratulating me on something and they were gonna notify me when the game comes out. And I was like, does that mean I win something? Like, does that mean that I basically got, some kind of, like, price off of the game or something? Like, I got like a 20% off or something? Or like what? That's what I need to know. But problem is though, is that even if I get the game, I don't really have the Switch just yet, and that's what I'm working on. But once I get that and everything, yeah, you will, like y'all will basically be expected to see some Pokemon Sword and Shield gameplay and stuff. Because honestly though, even though this is a One Piece channel though, I do like me some other stuff. Like I said, I will have to, um, like whenever the time really comes and my channel starts to really grow, I will actually start doing other series as well, like doing reviews and stuff on other series and everything. Because I have done reviews for some anime series and stuff on my Instagram page and everything, and some people kind of were questioning, like, really? It's like, did you think, like, the series was, like, that good and stuff? And I'm like, I did, it's just, like, some of them kind of left it on a cliffhanger, and I was like, that's really stupid. It's like, don't leave it on a freaking cliffhanger. Um, the example well, one example would be that there was this anime series that I watched, like just doing this as a quick bit before I end the video. um there was this anime series I watched, and it was called Killing Bites. Some of y'all probably already know what that is and everything. um and I watched, like, I think there were like 12 episodes, and yeah, there were 12 episodes in total of that series. It wasn't really that bad. It was actually pretty good. And sorry about that. It was actually pretty good, but it was the way how it ended though that got me to think, like, okay, does that mean that the series is basically just over? Like, is there gonna be a season 2 or something? Sorry again, this I'm really gonna need to get me a spray later on and stuff, because, been having this problem for a while. Um, but anyway, though, it was just like it left it on a cliffhanger. Basically, I'm not gonna say what happened. I'm just gonna basically say it left it on a cliffhanger where there could have been a possible season 2. But the real question is, like, are the animators really working on a season 2 for Killing Bites? Because if they are, I would watch it to see how it truly ends. Because I feel like after they do the season 2, that's it. There's no more. But I really don't know, because so far I haven't heard no news regarding to Killing Bites season 2. And that it just leaves me with confusion. I'm just like, can we get a season 2 announcement at least at some point, please? Like, next year. I would say next year. Can we get a season 2 announcement? If we don't, I'm just gonna really be like, it's like, like, what are you really gonna do? What are you really gonna do? I like, speaking of which, I really do have to catch up on my anime series. The one I'm gonna be watching is One Punch Man season 2, because a buddy of mine actually wanted me to go and do that. So I really should have done the review of One Punch Man the first season. Which I guess I could do that in a video. Maybe just my first one, and basically just do the review also on Instagram as well whenever that point of time comes. And then I'm just gonna watch the season 2 of One Punch Man, and basically see where it goes, because people were hyping it up and stuff, and I'm just like, I could see why. But yeah, this will be the end of the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Leave a like on the video. Leave a comment down below about your thoughts about, the newest news for the Pirate Warriors 4, if you're interested in that. And if not, I guess you can ask about the last bits, basically, and be like, oh, have you heard about this anime series, and have you watched it? And it's like, well, I mean, I guess I could say, like, maybe I have, maybe I haven't. Depends on, like, the names, like, that's probably gonna be a thing I'm gonna be asking too. Like, give me some like anime recommendations to watch and stuff, because I already have like a few. Haikyuu is one of them by a friend of mine, and I have to watch, like, 4 to 5 seasons, because a fifth one just came out. I think, I don't know if a fifth one comes out this year or next year, but there's gonna be another season. And it's about volleyball. I'm not really much of a sports guy, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try, like, 4 or 5 seasons. Haikyuu, gotta do it. But we'll see where that goes. But anyway, though, I hope you'll have a wonderful day and everything. Hopefully, we'll do another video tomorrow. If there's any new news, really, because right now, I'm getting myself hyped up for Pirate Warriors 4 news and everything, like new news of that. Possibly new news of World Seeker, if there's ever going to be a continuation with it. But I'm also avoiding spoilers of gameplays of Pokemon Sword and Shield. I want to experience that on my own. All right, I don't want to see no spoilers. I don't want to see nothing regarding of gameplays. I don't want to watch none of that. I'm just gonna be doing my own thing that I'm gonna experience it for myself. First experience right there. But anyway, though, have a good day, and I will see you on the next one.